Linda Cohn here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Linda?
Hi, Rich. How's it going? I so appreciate you for having me on. You are awesome. Your ears must have been ringing through all these interviews and, videos and podcasts, and people wanted to know about my journey.
Yeah.
I always talk about you because you are one of my faves, and you make me laugh like no other.
Well, it's like there. So here's the thing, Linda. I'm catching you at the end of Linda Palooza here, right?
Yes.
Am I your last interview for your 5K? Is this it? Is this the end?
It's never the end. The momentum is going to keep on going. LindaCohn.net is blowing up.
I like it.
Elko super fan, huge. So the momentum, I'm riding the wave.
Cohn. So can we call it Cohn-mentum?
Oh,
we do that?
You are good.
It's next level. I'm just trying to be next level. So, Linda.
It's so natural for you, by the way.
Who counted the 5,000?
Well, here's the deal. I was listening and watching the program. Yeah. And the real story is this. Mm-hmm. 2 years ago, Steve Levy came up to me out of nowhere, and he says to me, he goes, I think you have done the most sports centers. And I'm like, really? Like, who thinks of that? He goes, yeah. He goes, first I thought I was, or I did. That's Levy talking.
Right.
But he goes, no, you have stuck to SportsCenter primarily.
Yes.
And I think you have the most. And I let it go. I didn't even hear about it. I didn't think about it. And then one of our old bosses, Norby Williamson.
2149. That's his extension.
2149.
Yeah.
We were talking one day, just shooting it around about stuff. And he turned to me and he said, I think you've done the most sports centers. And he takes out, Rich, a pad and pen. And he says, how long have you been here? And I said, 23 and a half years. He said, okay, let's figure this out. You've done primarily SportsCenter throughout your career here. Vacation is this, 5 days a week, SportsCenter. And boom, they came up with 5,000 on February 21st, which was yesterday.
Now, Linda, I would believe everything about that story except Norby doing his own math. There's no way Norby did his own math. There's no way. He didn't have a calculator. Norby actually did math. Come on now. He had to have his assistant do it. Somebody did math for him, Linda.
I watched it. I should have took a photo.
You should have.
But it happened. It happened. And you know what else? You know how sports is all about analytics? So it's perfect.
Wow. Now, do re-airs count?
I heard you talk about that because I was also on our buddy's DP show today.
Dan and I discussed this. We discussed this at the Super Bowl. We're like, we wanted to know the math. We want to know the math.
Yeah. Well, listen, it should count. But, I did a bunch with you that were re-aired. Yeah. And I did a bunch, tons of re-aired shows. So I still would have you beat, of course.
Yes, you would.
You are up there. You are definitely in the top 10 of amount of sports centers done. You're higher up on my ranking for those I've worked with.
Well, now here, Linda, because I mentioned it last hour too, and the folks at ESPN were kind enough to reach out to me to shoot a video for one of the many tributes they paid to you. There was one sports center that we did that stood out more than any of them, and you know which one that was, Linda, correct? What was your record?
You know what?
Yeah.
I just got to tell the people.
Yes.
I too was not ready. This came as a no surprise. I'm not sure. I might have threw on some pancake makeup and said, we got to get out there.
Off we go with Galata and Bo fighting in Madison Square Garden. I know we were on post-fight. ESPN wasn't showing the fight, but we were going to do the fight, the Sports Center at 11 o'clock and do whatever still photos that HBO would allow us to show, right?
Exactly.
On Sports Center.
And I think we had live over-the-phone interviews, if I recall, about reaction. Why do I think that? Back in the day, did we have phone interviews?
Yes, we had phoners, Linda. The phones existed. We had phoners. Because cops were called to Madison Square Garden to break up the fight.
Right.
The riot.
The pictures.
And we were sitting...
It was so great.
I know. We were sitting there in the newsroom saying, how many times is this guy going to hit him in the nether region? We couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it. It became wrestling for that night. But that reminds me of two flashbacks.
Okay.
And this is what has to happen. You know how we remember it, different things.
Of course.
This is crazy.
Sure.
I remember running to the set not only for that one, but the shortest baseball game ever pitched. I was coming on after an Atlanta Braves game, and Greg Maddux was on the mound.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, you would have thought the game was 5 innings and not 9. The game was over in less than 2 hours. And my producer was Gus Ramsey.
Oh, Gus, the
and
great
I
Gus.
had to run to the set. I almost collapsed. It was like, and I was supposed to do the 11, and we had to go on at like 9:59.
A lot of tap
That
dancing.
to me is the world record.
Did you already have your peak performer lead-in written out? Or
Your tribute was hilarious with all the cold hard facts. You didn't miss a beat, buddy. Where was it shot? In the next Survivor episode?
No, it was in my
It had
backyard.
Greenery.
It was in my
That's
backyard.
Beautiful.
No, please.
You're watering the plant.
You know,
Very nice.
listen, Susie takes care of all that, Linda. You know that. You know what's going on behind the scenes.
That's right.
More than most.
Exactly. Yeah, she likes the wildlife.
Linda Cohn joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show, and they got you Messier to call in for your 5,000th
How great
show.
is
Come
that?
on.
Oh my God! So
That's
Messier
it for
calls
you.
in at the end. I'm calling in the Messiah. It was a Linda Love Fest for number 11, the captain. And then if that wasn't enough, I'm surprised by my children.
Your kids.
Sammy and Dan, unreal with a cake rolling out. I mean, it was remarkable. So it was all that was great. I said this before, and you know this from your time that you spent at ESPN, is that, when ESPN chooses to do something and wrap their arms around, whether it's a cause, whether it's a person, in my case, nobody does it better. And I was just very fortunate. I'm very grateful. But a lot of laughs. That's what I love about it. A lot. David Tyree called in, too, which was kind of cool from my Giants. And, Zach Wheeler of my Mets called in. I mean, it was just, couldn't get Matt Harvey. He's driving around in his DeLorean, I guess.
That's what I love about you, Linda, because, it all comes down. You're a fan. When it all comes down to it, what's Matt Harvey's problem, right? What is he? What else has he got to do than to call and pay his respects to you, Linda? What's going on with him?
I know. And, Rich, when he becomes a Yankee, are you going to like that he drives up to spring training in a $150,000 car?
Oh, I'm just as much of a fan as you. Listen, at this point last year, I was cursing A-Rod up, down, and left and right, and now he's America's sweetheart to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. And that's why I love you, because you're a true Yankee fan. That's the way Yankee fans are. If you hit for me, I love you. I forget your past. Well done.
Yeah. Linda Cohn joining me.
And he's a good analyst, by the way.
I heard that. Yeah,
analyst.
No doubt. Before I let you go, I need a quick hockey primer. What should I care about now that I can pay? I'm done with the NFL playing season. I have the combine coming up, as you know. But now, give me a quick update here. What do I need to know?
Well, it's right in your wheelhouse. It's right in your backyard. The LA Kings. No, they're back after missing the playoffs last year. They're well rested. They're overall very healthy. They still have the core group, and they're the team to beat, I believe, in the Western Conference, along with the defending champion Chicago Blackhawks. But jump on board the LA Kings bandwagon. And here's the deal. I'm not going to mess this up, because every time I'm on the West Coast for very quick and I never stop by, I'm going to be out there.
When?
Next month, I'm doing a charity event for the Ducks, but then I'm going to go to the Kings because they're playing the Rangers.
Okay. You want to come?
I need to be there in studio.
Will you come in, Linda? Spend like an hour with us.
I would love it. I want to see it because it looks great on television.
And you got to see my kids. You got to see our kids out here, because I just saw your kids. I can't believe I remember where they were so little.
Right. 24 and 20 now. 24 and 20, and
gosh.
Unbelievable. And listen, here's the other thing. What the heck? You never been on a cruise?
Oh, no.
I love it. I love the Disney cruise. Went twice.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at some
You
point.
got to do it with the kids. Disney cruise is the way to go. They don't pay me anything, but with the kids, you and Suze will have a great time. And, they have an adult pool and a kids pool. You can get a break.
Yeah, but there's other pools, and I can take them to see Disney characters down in Anaheim, and I'm not locked into a tub. I'm not in a tub. You know what I mean?
I know, but not every cruise is like the Grand Cruise. It's going to be okay.
Well, I want the cruise to be like the Grand Cruise. That's the problem. I mean, I don't see, Mickey's not going to be bench pressing 3 women.
It's not a problem, Rich.
But wouldn't you like to see it?
Yes, I would, but I'm not gonna, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't, it's sort of like not being able to get off something when you want to get off something. You know what I mean? I feel trapped, Linda.
It's so big. It's like, it's such a huge thing. You feel like you're in a city. There's always something to do. You're never bored.
Okay. I'm sold. Well, say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody.
I will.
Say hi to everybody. And congratulations on when is 5,001? When's your 5,001st Sports Center?
Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern.
What a letdown that's going to be. Let's be honest.
Listen, I thought about
Come
that.
on.
The high, it's like this week is going to be very challenging for myself.
So your next Sports Center is not for another 5 days? Is that what?
Yeah. I do weekend mornings now, and during the week I get to do stories and things.
Is that the name of the segment? Stories and Things with Elko?
Yes, would that be a great one?
Yeah, and hey, look, if Carrie Champion's getting her own segment with her autograph on it, can't you? Let's get Stories and Things and then sign in with Linda Cohn, like with your script. Let's get that.
Good job, I care. I have lindacohn.net. A lot of great things are happening.
Good.
I'm telling you.
Anything else you want to promote?
Yes, my Elko Superfan contest.
What's that?
It's an amazing thing. You have to go on lindacohn.net. You can win the big shopping spree. You can do fun things. I am a fan first, okay?
No,
That's
I know
what
that.
I'm so proud of.
Yeah.
And that's why I love connecting with the fans, and this is the way to connect to them.
I just love it. You're 5,000 Sports Centers in. You're promoting websites that when you were 2,000 Sports Centers in, they would never let you do. I mean,
right?
Look at you now, Linda. You go with yourself.
I know. I'm telling you, but I'm looking forward to seeing you next month.
Likewise. Linda, thank you for calling in. You're the best. Like I said, it was just great to see your kids out there and you getting the spotlight and the due. I loved it.
I appreciate all your kind words. And we didn't even bring up the David Cassidy story, which was my all-time favorite.
That'll have to be the next time you come in.
Okay, you got it.
That's what we'll have to do. Say hi to Lil Wayne. Say hi to Lil Wayne for me, will you, please? Because I saw he's tweeting at you.
He loves me.
Who doesn't, Linda? Take care of yourself.
Bye, Rich. See you guys.
That's Elko.
See you, Linda.
We'll see you soon.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.